experience everything.
Are you
from
Tiffany?
Yeah, read it. Oh, I gotta read that paragraph again.
Okay.
Welcome back to Harlots of Spook Talk. Everyone, tonight we're stepping into a world wrapped in wealth, rumor, and shadows. A family whose name alone sparks curiosity, sometimes awe, sometimes fear, and always a whole lot of questions. We're talking about the Rothschild Mysteries.
From secret histories to whispered conspiracies, their story has been twisted, stretched, and retold for centuries. But tonight, we're peeling back the layers. What's real, what's myth, and what's just plain spooky.
And of course, we'll dig into the stranger corners of the lore, hidden vaults, odd coincidences, strange sightings, and the eerie legends that have attached themselves to this powerful bloodline.
So grab your tea, your crystals, or your tinfoil hat, whatever gets you in the mood. Because tonight we're diving deep into the myths, mysteries, and the haunting whispers that surround the Rothschilds' name. This
is Harlots of Spook Talk.
Let's get spooky.
All right, spooky friends. Tonight we're going down a very different kind of rabbit hole. Not ghosts, not cryptids this time. It's a family wrapped in so much mystery that even saying their name gets people leaning closer. We're talking about the Rothschilds. You heard the rumors, right? Hidden vaults, secret societies, strange symbols, whisper of power that stretch way beyond normal influence. But where did all this start? Is there anything to these legends, or is it just fear, fantasy, and some really dramatic storytelling? Let me take you back to the beginning for a second. Picture Europe in the late 1700s. Old banks, old money, old secrets. A family rises from a tiny house in Frankfurt and somehow grows into one of the most powerful financial dynasties the world has ever seen. And with power comes mystery. Now, here's where things get spooky, because over the years, stories begin surfacing. Story about coded letters slipped between branches of the family, private mansions that nobody talks about, and the bizarre coincidences that made people wonder if they were something otherworldly guiding their success. Some say Rothschilds were connected to the cult societies. Some say they had knowledge that regular people weren't meant to have. Others claim they were followed by curses, strange deaths, or unexplained tragedies that were quickly covered up. I'm not saying all of this is true, but I am saying the legend didn't come out of nowhere. And tonight we're digging into the ones that refuse to fade. So get comfortable, grab your tea, grab your snacks, even your crystals, whatever your vibe you need. But because once we step into the realm of wealth, secrecy, and the paranormal, things get interesting really fast. All right, Tiffany, let's crack this vault right open.
Karli, you are so right. This family didn't just make money, they made myths. And what fascinates me most is how these Legends grew over time because when a family becomes that private, people start filling in the blanks. Yeah, you see it over and over in history. When the real story is complicated, people create their own version. And with the Rothschilds, those stories got wild. I'm talking secret rooms in their estates, coded banking messages that only insiders could read, and even rumors of rituals or el- what is that? Elite gatherings that outsiders weren't allowed to witness.
Elite. It's
Whatever.
the elite squad.
Okay, woo. Um and here's the spooky part. Some of these stories didn't come from random people on the internet. They came from guests, workers, and visitors who claimed they saw strange things, unexplained lights and sealed off wings of the properties, symbols carved into old stone walls, family artifacts that seemed to have hidden meanings. But at the same time, there's this other angle. What if the mysteries grew simply because they were private? Because they never explained things publicly, people just assumed the worst or the weirdest. One of my favorite theories is the idea that the Rothschilds collected oc- ocul- oh, occult items. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Or or okay, whoa. Sorry. Relics from all over Europe. Some say they weren't cursed but protected, and honestly, some of these items sound straight out of a horror movie. Sorry. We're not saying these legends are true, but the roots of them are definitely interesting. And tonight, we're digging into both sides, the facts and the folklore. Oh, LD, I know you did a deep dive into some of those stories that people swear they experienced firsthand. What did you find?
All right. So when I started digging into the first-hand accounts, I expected a lot of like exaggeration. The internet being the internet. But some of these stories go way back, long before Reddit threads or conspiracy TikToks. Kind of love the conspiracy TikToks. I was on one today, but we'll get into that later. So, one of the oldest stories I found comes from staff who worked at various Rothschild estates in the late 1800s and early 1900s. These people talked about entire wings of the house being kept locked at all times. There's no cleaning, no staff rotation. It was just completely sealed off. And the weird part about it was that they said that they would hear noises coming from inside anyway. So, like footsteps, dragging sounds, whispers. Another account describes a room that supposedly had no windows, no visible light source, but workers said there was always a faint glow coming from under the door. When anybody asked about it, they were told that room is not your concern. So that's comforting, right? Maybe it was the sun. I don't know. But now, whether those are actual paranormal experiences or just the natural byproduct of living in a massive echoing mansion, we don't know. But the stories kept surfacing over decades from different locations and from people who never knew each other. And there's the artifact stuff. So Karli, Tiffany, you'll love this part. So some of the caretakers claim that Rothschild collected rare objects with strange histories, old memories, flower talisman, relics taken from ancient estates in Europe, items believed or people believe were like let's just say they weren't really harmless. They were not exactly harmless, you know. So they were harmful. They were not harmless. Um, were these things really supernatural, like, or were they just expensive old entities that creep people out because they look spooky? Again, we don't know, but it's built in the myth piece by piece, kind of like my dolls. People think they're creepy, but they're beautiful artifacts. But what we do know is that anytime a family becomes wealthy, powerful, and extremely private, strange stories will always follow them. And the Rothschild had centuries of that. So tonight, we're not here to say the legends are true, but we're also not here to ignore these unsettling things, right? Like people have claimed to see, hear, and experience. So let's get deeper into these mysteries.
Go crazy. Oh.
So, okay, to be honest, I don't know much about this. This is the first time I have really got into it. I learned a couple things, but
A couple
I
things.
a couple things. There's a conspiracy around it, and I like a good conspiracy now that I'm older and 36. I didn't like them when I was 35, but now that I'm 36, I'm more mature. Anyways,
No, you're
so
not.
oh my gosh, you know what? Karli had told me a fun fact about the zebras, and I see that right here on my list, number 6. Okay, so I pulled out, like, let's skip over the conspiracy set. Like, let's pause on this. Like, let's talk about the fun facts. Okay, we're going to go out of order. So the reels are going to be so confusing for you guys. So there's some 10 really wild and surprising facts. Facts.
Dun, dun, dun.
So let's start at number, which one's crazier? Let's start at number 1, and then we'll go all the way to number 10. Number 1, they
That's not
had
fun.
surrealist mega parties. And we'll get into that a little bit later because we got some pictures for you. And Karli has a whole, she's got the tea on it. But in 1972, Rothschild threw a lavish, surreal ball. Invitations were written backwards. You would need a mirror. That's kind of cool, actually.
It is.
Hey, Karli, you should do a birthday thing like that. That'd
The
be cool.
surest ball.
Yeah. And then the entrance was lit in red. That'd be cool too. Tiffany, you should do that. And guests wore bizarre masks, animal heads, multiple faces, even bird cages. I feel like this is something I would do to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not the bird cages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they
You,
were like, no. No. Like
Okay. Let me tell
weird
y'all.
bass. It was Halloween on crack for them.
it
It
I
was
feel
was.
like
like I mean I've done like theme birthday parties. Like I love a good theme birthday party. Like last year I did,
look
was
at
it
that.
fairies?
That just screams I have too much money and I don't care what people think.
I don't
Right
know,
there.
bro. I'd be like,
that,
do you like my mask? Like, isn't it lavish? Do you want to do me in the fun ways?
I
I would
would
do
fall
things with the swag.
down. I would fall down.
I would catch you in the zebra print hat.
People were saying it was most bewitching parties. And
Uh,
this they had more than one party, by the way, like this. This was their thing.
And you know who picked
Oh,
the subject? It was Karli.
oh yeah.
This is what got me this picture. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
that was
what
on the
I'm gonna
tables. Like they didn't care. They wanted to be bewitching and all out, just exotic and erotic and everything else all mixed up.
I would never.
Oh yeah, you would if they would have invited you. You would have been there with your bells on. Cause
I would have too. I'd have been like,
She
okay,
would
so
have.
which day? I would have been early to help you set up. Like,
yeah, because they didn't play with these parties. Like they were eccentric for back then.
I
Remember,
wonder.
this was the 70s.
Oh, if I would have known about this, I'd been like, we should recreate these looks. We should do a live where we recreate some of these.
Oh,
I
that's
want
a
to.
lot of makeup.
I would probably do
I
the
ain't
voice
doing it.
one. I would do the
Mm-mm.
voice one.
Nope, I ain't doing it. That's all you, boo.
Now I know what I want to do for Halloween.
We'll say we are. Just let her show up like that.
Or this could be really good for Ren Fair, right? Like,
It could be actually.
Yeah.
And I got some more for you. Two more, I think. Yeah. And this is the birdcage one. But
Like they were so, I don't know, like eccentric.
so,
And this is why they people say devil worship, by the way, is these type of things that are going on. Because they were outside the box at the time.
so this actually brings me to fun fact number two. The family used a very old but effective communication. They employed pigeons, real pigeons, yes, to send messages between their different branches.
Which I think that's so cool because we
Yeah,
use pigeons and birds of prey even over centuries to send messages and letters.
my brother had some pigeons that would do that. He would send like little messages. That was a long time ago. He used to play with them.
But
That,
what?
that gets a whole new meaning to Wild Hair Day.
Yet again, this is back in, I think this is back in the 1972. It was
Mm,
very outside the, like I say, outside the box at the time. But I think these
Mm-hmm.
parties went on for years to come.
yeah. So, okay. Fact number three was high stake. They gave high stake loans to the Pope. So, in the 1800s, the Rothschild loaned a massive amount to the Holy See, the Vatican. They financed the Papal States when the Church needed money. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That you have enough money to fund the Pope?
But
Mm-hmm.
what better power than to fund the Pope?
Yep.
Ooh,
Think of it that way.
that's
Very
true.
smart.
It is.
This is why there's conspiracies.
It
Mm-hmm.
is exactly why they were said
Yeah.
to be trying world domination.
They
So
have a lot of good conspiracies.
it
Yes.
makes me think of what's that guy that's really rich in America and he built underground tunnels and stealing children and women. Come on, y'all know his name. I can't remember. Come on.
No, they still have these parties, right?
Who
Uh,
was stealing children?
Yeah,
you,
I don't
you
know.
know who was stealing? Who steals the children? You, the rich guy, the really rich guy.
Willy
What's his name?
Wonka,
No, 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 no. That
Jeffrey
one
Epstein.
Epstein. Yes.
Okay.
I knew what she was reaching for. I was waiting
Oh,
for it.
you left me hanging there.
I did. I really did. I was waiting for
Seeing how long you could go.
it.
God, with the hair and the face. Come on. I'm like, y'all know this. I'm looking at Tiffany going, you know this.
But these people weren't like that. They were into
No.
world domination for a whole nother reason, and that was our banks.
Well,
Mhm.
yes. And number four, it says that to keep their wealth tightly controlled, the Rothschild frequently married their cousins in the early generations. So they kept
Mhm.
like in family marriages.
And breeding.
Yes.
I
But most of
remember. Oh,
but
yeah.
most of our royals did that too back in the
Yeah,
day. They would
that's true.
marry cousins, like our kings and queens all over were first cousins.
That's how you end
Mm-hmm.
up with like genetic diseases. Like, don't
That
do
they
that.
did. The one
Yeah.
queen sent a whole generation to almost death because she had a blood clotting disease.
Oh.
So yeah,
So
that does happen.
It does.
num- number 5, first Jewish nobility. Mayor Ashmel Rothschild's son became barons in the Australian Empire, making them some of the first Jewish aristocrats in Europe.
Yep,
Nice.
That's cool.
it is.
Now, number 6. This will probably be okay. This will probably be my favorite actually. So one Rothschild, Lionel Walter Rothschild, was apparently so obsessed with exotics that he once rode in a carriage pulled by zebras.
To the surrealist ball. Yep.
I like a good zebra. I don't know if I want to be pulled in a carriage, but I would probably ride the white zebra. I love zebras. They're the like coolest animals ever. They are. I used to make friends with them in Texas. True story. Everybody says, "Oh, they're so mean."
Where did you make
No.
friends with them?
Remember that place that I took you, the drive-through zoo?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was friends with all of them. They really loved it. And not to brag or anything, but yeah. Anyways, so number 7, weird wealth and conspiracy ties. The family crest has a fist holding 5 arrows, symbolizing the 5 founding brothers. But
Yep.
conspiracy theorists have twisted their legacy in countless wild ways, from world domination plots to secret societies.
Basically, he sent his sons off in the world, in each part of the world, to start an empire. Which that's not a conspiracy. That's smart. You
Yeah.
That
have
is
these
smart.
sons. You have the means to do it. They had the education, and he sent them out in the
Mm-hmm.
world and said, "Let's do this."
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yes.
obviously it worked.
Yep. It sure did.
It really
It
did.
So
sure
maybe
did.
it's getting less weird as we go. Maybe we should start it with number 10.
No, you're good.
Um, so number 8 is huge private museum. Walter Rothschild created his own natural history museum at Tring in England with massive collections of stuffed animals, birds, insects, stuff you don't usually see in a private collection. So no animals were hurt while we taped. But yeah, okay, this is why I was thinking about that because there's like there was like a woman online years ago, Tess something, and she used to go hunting for exotic animals, and people do that. That's a thing,
Yeah,
and
trophy hunting.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and people all over the internet were like, "Oh, you're evil," and just say really nasty things in the comments. Yeah. Anyways,
Mm-hmm. Exotic meat though is really good too.
It
Just
is,
an
if
FYI.
you're gonna eat it, great. But
Yes.
trophying and
well, no, they would eat the meat. You know, they would
then
eat the
that's a
meat.
totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
As
then they
long
would
as you're
add their stuff.
not petting cubs and going into that industry, that's a whole nother different thing.
Yeah, I don't know, like if she was on the show or something, but I remember seeing her on like Facebook, and people just be so ugly.
I think people can be.
Mm.
hmm So that was their museum. So coming in 9, funding a Suez Canal. So they helped fund Britain's purchase of Suez Canal. Shares in the 19th century, a serious, tragic move. I was gonna zoom in, brain.
Yeah, that was a war,
Yeah.
1812 war.
So that's not cool. But last
No.
one, sorry, go ahead.
They didn't know that at the time, or they wouldn't invest it.
Yeah. So the last and final one. Believe it or not, people have masqueraded as Rothschilds to gain clout. There are documented cases of imposters taking the name, living lavishly and pretending to be part of the dynasty.
But you're gonna have that.
Yeah.
It's a big dynasty, and
Mm-hmm.
that dynasty was also known for involvement. Maybe they can't connect them with the Illuminati's and the Brotherhood and a couple other secret societies, but we can't prove it yet. So,
It's like
So,
a conspiracy.
yep,
speaking of conspiracy lists,
yes, yeah, because we already went over the parties on that list.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. We can
No,
still go over it.
no, we already hit the good points. We're good.
So there are a couple of like big conspiracies.
Yes.
Um, one of them would be like the global financial control. One of the most pervasive theories is that the Rothschild family secretly controls the global financial system, central banks, stock markets, and world governments. Um, some conspiracists claim the Rothschilds manipulate currencies and economies behind the scenes. Now, you know what? I don't know if this is true or not, but it could be. I've never heard of that one. So, um, the
Like,
next one,
go
do
ahead.
what?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to number two. Do you
Go
have
ahead.
something to add to number one?
No, go ahead. I'll add something to number 2 to make up for that.
Okay, so well, the next one would be like the New World Order, Illuminati, secret societies, kind of going on. That is the Rothschilds are frequently tied to secret elite or elite.
What is with this word? Have
I'm
you
Elite.
heard from
sorry,
elite?
elite. Shut up.
It's her nemesis. Leave her
It
have
really
it.
is. Out of all the
Okay,
words.
the secret elite. What is that, Kate?
Elite.
Something like the Illuminatis or Freemasons, according to theories, are part of a hidden elite that orchestrates major world events. This folds into the broader New World Order narrative, the idea of a global shadow government run by super rich families.
Yet again, we're not talking about WW whatever New World Order. We're talking
No.
about the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's clarify that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes me think of that Eminem song, New World Order.
You know, and I was just listening to that before we started this whole um
He
anyway,
has
so
truth in his songs.
anyways, so weather control, environmental manipulation, some conspiracists, oh my god, allege that the
Conspiracy?
okay,
Sorry.
so some conspiracists allege that the Rothschilds have technology that allows them to manipulate the weather, causing natural disasters for profit or to force people into resilient cities. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, question. Not to get off topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think the government controls the weather?
I'm not.
Yes,
Let's
I
get
didn't
back to the
think
rock.
about it for a long time, but it's possible.
it
Okay.
is. But
Why do like in Texas, there's always a hurricane
anyways,
Let's get
they
back to
pick up the
can,
track. I'm just
can we like
saying,
mute you or
if
something?
you're
Can we mute
watching
you?
and if you know, you know. I'm
Mute, mute, mute.
okay, go on.
Um,
Grab my
so
popcorn. Hold
this
on.
ties into more apocalyptic or what is that? Oh my gosh. These are some big old words.
You don't have to read all the words.
Conspiracy. Well, shush. Um anyways, There's one about the historical manipulation, war profiteering.
Hacketeering?
Profiteering.
Oh, my bad.
A
You know,
well known.
you don't have to go deep into it. You could
I
just
am though, because this.
she's getting into it. Y'all better listen.
So this is a well-known origin of the conspiracy. Is a 19th century pamphlet that claimed Nathan Rothschild got word of Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo early, then used that intelligence to make a fortune on the London stock market. That is actually, I think, probably, yeah. Uh, Media and political influence. Another theory is that the Rothschilds control major media outlets and governments, influencing politics and public opinions. Exactly, I agree.
Just like the government.
Some conspiracists also accuse them of orchestrating or funding wars, revolutions, or political movements to maintain or expand their influence. Okay. What is this? Zionism and Israel founding. There
Yeah.
are conspiratorial claims that the Rothschilds were deeply involved in the founding of Israel and use it as a power base or geopolitical lever. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's like overreaching on that one, but we gotta just read through.
A
Remember,
little bit.
this
I
is
know.
not.
A conspiracy is a conspiracy.
Yes,
you know?
this is not our
Yeah.
opinions. Just to let everybody know, it's not our opinions. We're just reading from the
But
list.
y'all know my opinion about the weather. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So don't come with us about Zionists. We didn't say anything about them.
Sinus sounds like sinuses.
She didn't
Okay.
mean that. But go on.
Go
Anyways,
on.
anti-Semitic foundations. Oh, Semitic. Yeah, whatever. I can't even with these things. Many of these theories are deeply rooted in anti-Semitic stereotypes. Wealthy Jewish financier. Look, I can't say all this, so sorry. Secretly
I would
controlling the
just
world.
skip
Yeah.
over that stuff anyhow and go down to
Whatever.
the
Well,
lower
we're
one.
on the last one. The last one's the
Okay.
persistent and modern.
See, this I was trying to warn you. I was
I'm
trying to warn
sorry. Next time I'll read through it.
and make it in English, please.
And I'll put little words at the top. Like how to spell the I'll put E.
Okay, so this is like a social media conspiracy. Communities
Yeah.
still mention the Rothschilds in relation to global crises like COVID-19, climate change, and financial collapse. That would be
So
like one of them. Yeah.
so pretty much they're trying to world domineer, put everything into their power play and make more money. Basically, 850
Mhm.
million
Does
is
it
not enough for them, I guess.
does it sound familiar? Yes, it does. From the guy with the face and the hair. I can't remember his name again. I've had a lot of Diet Coke today. And that Diet Coke is strong. It'll get to your mind. It'll drive you crazy. Just drink regular Dr. Pepper.
Remember, not our opinions. I'm warning the audience, not us. Don't come for us this time.
No.
This is
Well,
conspiracies, not
I
our
know.
opinions.
We're gonna see this in
Our opinions are a lot different
Yes.
than these
What we-
conspiracies. I agree with some of them. I'm not going to say which ones,
No.
but I have my own thoughts on those topics too.
Yes.
We're
So
here to educate the people.
everybody, well, sometimes that's hard to do.
We're here to educate y'all on other people's opinions.
Educate.
Educate. I haven't heard that word in a minute.
Okay.
When are we back in 2007?
Hey.
Party hard. I love. That was a good year. We all know it's a good year.
Oh my god.
If you know, you know.
Okay.
But if you have any other conspiracy theorists, just hit us down below and let us know.
Yeah.
We love conspiracies, and I will definitely get you on a conspiracy.
And don't forget to check us out. Share, subscribe, and check us out next week for a special guest. And he's going to share his book. And I'm not revealing the name to you. You have to wait and see.
Just snort. Okay. Love y'all.
Okay,
Blessed
bye.
be. Bye.
Bye.
Family around, love in the air. Laughter, stories, dancing, food. Pumpkin pie, feeling good. Grateful smiles, hugs all day. Cheers and joy in every way. Thank yous fly one by one. Thanksgiving here, so much fun. Warm lights, glow, cozy vibe. Friends and food all by my side. Thanksgiving cheer can't hide the pride. Let's go, cozy vibe. Friends and food all by my side. Thanksgiving cheer can't hide the pride.